The Two Rivers was born from first the availability of the space. We found that the location we are in was being auctioned, and having discussed in the meeting, we decided we are going to bid for it.
As an investor in real estate in the city, some of the challenges we've suffered are challenges of planning, challenges of lack of adequate infrastructural services. So we understood enough to understand that there was a need. And so we saw an opportunity to create a business in addressing the challenges that existed. And that was the concept of Two Rivers development.
The spaces are not enough. If you look at the kiosk business, kiosks are everywhere, but they're all making some money. What we're doing when we develop a mall is put 1,000, 10,000 kiosks in one space. Really just make it easier for the affluent society to go and shop with ease. The availability of the space helped us to plan and to imagine big, because in proximity of the city, there is nowhere you could get this kind of land. We looked at the location also, and we realized that on that side of the city, it was not well served.
On the other hand, there was a need from retailers and tenants who are looking for high quality spaces at scale in centers that had everything under one roof.
We're in a mall which is it's not even a mall, it's a city. So it's completely iconic, it's completely different from anything we are in currently.
We are in a good place. I think Two Rivers has done a fantastic job, you know. It's a place not only for us, Novo Coffee, but for everybody to visit and see, you know.
When the vision of Two Rivers was presented to me, the very first thought was really not in Kenya. This can't be happening in Kenya. And I really didn't believe that this was actually something that could possibly be done in Kenya. But as the vision was presented further, it became very clear that this was a very serious group. The vision of Centum, the vision from the board, was actually a very serious and tangible, and they had put together a lot of things in place in the background, even before beginning to communicate to the consultants and the technical people what they wanted to do. So it was very clear at that particular point, after it was explained, that this is real, and really wanted to be a part of it.
Our experience comes from a DNA of having done complex buildings. It's come from a DNA of having done lots and lots of retail, of having done impossible buildings, meeting crazy timelines and stuff. So all of that builds into our ability to do a project like this. And all of those things sort of conspire together to enable us to do what we've done here.
This is a huge, huge building. We used 200,000 cubic meters of concrete. We have 3 kilometers of shop fronts. So instead of just going shopping, you can actually go for your health run there. The roofs, those are about 4,200 square meters. That's 1 acre of glass roofs in the building. On the roof, we've got 1.28 megawatt solar capacity panels installed. On the site, we had at 1.6 cranes on a building, which is unheard of in Nairobi. This was like in Dubai. We had 3 batching plants. Bamburi Cement put in one of the biggest batching plants here. So apart from the site in Athi River, Bamburi had a batching plant on this side that would serve the site as well as other clients of theirs. So the numbers are huge.
The thing that held this team together was the vision and the constant vision. And every time you go into a board meeting, you're reminded of what the vision is.
A uniqueness on this project for me personally is being in the industry for 25 years. It's a personal challenge in that the team from Athena are all very young. I found it very interesting actually managing the team and actually imparting my knowledge, but the one guiding light that I've had on the project is the actual enthusiasm.
One of our golden rules at Centum is no great business was built by working Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 with a 1-hour lunch break. Two Rivers has pushed us. We are constantly at Two Rivers. There's always a team that's working there. It's pushed us beyond our wildest imaginations. It's pushed us in terms of not just time, but also just putting this all together. It's also pushed us to have an uncompromising standard for quality. The tenants have been expecting it. We know our customers at Two Rivers are going to be expecting it as well, and we don't want to disappoint them. So it's really pushed us to think about every single detail, putting everything together and making sure that we are getting it right.
This particular project was a big project, very, very challenging. It's a project that we didn't know it would take a lot of our time. I had to give up playing golf myself. For 3 years I never played golf because on Saturday and Sunday I was busy working, planning, design, whatever it took. So I got very involved in what we are doing. I focused on Two Rivers, and now maybe after Two Rivers I can go back and finish my house.
For me, some of the lessons I've learned is you cannot over-prepare, is to really take your time to do the preparation up front, not to rush to site, to make sure that you've really covered all your bases. So that is something I believe we are now well prepared to do because we built relationships today that we did not have when we began.
I was driven in creating something that was a top experience like no other. One of my dreams in the Two Rivers is bringing the feelings of Times Square in New York. That is my dream. I continue to try to achieve it, and I'm sure one of these days we're going to achieve it. Times Square never sleeps. You can go to Times Square any time of the night and day. So why not in Kenya?